Hello everybody, I'm Brainy Diode and I am back with another episode of Nier Automata. Last time we battled a strange new machine android in the desert area and learned about some missing Yorha members. And this time we're going to be heading towards that waypoint that we got in search of them. So if you will join me in moving in that direction. That was the wrong way. It's going to be a bit of a walk, and like last time, I didn't really plan out much to say this time around, so hopefully the game will interrupt me right about here with something to talk about. But then again, we are pretty close to where we wanted to go, which would be this little area behind this wall here, so I guess the game didn't need to interrupt me after all.
Looks like our surface route's been cut off. Maybe we can get through from underground.
Alright, so like 9S says, we're going to be heading through the sewers.
So 2B, those machines out in the desert look just like androids, right?
Right.
But we androids were modeled after our human creators. So why would machines try to look like us?
There's no point trying to work out unsolvable problems.
I suppose.
So it looks like the game did interrupt me. See, I know what I'm doing after all. And here's where we want to climb up out of the sewer. It does take a little bit of a moment to climb ladders, unfortunately. Didn't realize we were quite that far underground. Come on. You can do it. And the map has changed, so we are here. Seems to be a forest of some sort. But as you will soon see, like there's a building here. Not exactly something you usually see in a forest. We are just right on the outside edge of the city though. So I pressed the wrong button again. So let's take a look at what we are really heading towards. There's some fireworks going on. Is that a Ferris wheel in the background? A big castle? That's right, this is in fact an amusement park.
What are those? What the?
Well, this is weird.
Let's be happy together, together, together.
So I don't actually know what happens if you attack these guys, and frankly, right now I'm not too interested in finding out. So let's just see if there's anybody we can talk to, because these machines, some of them at least, can actually speak. Like the machines we saw in the desert, I guess that's not really too much of a surprise anymore. And some of them have some pretty interesting things to say. Speaking of we could talk to these guys. This Big Brother machine. Accept my love. And these guys are even giving us stuff. There's this Little Brother machine. Oh, what fun! What fun! So what you're hearing in the background right now is another one of my favorite songs in the whole soundtrack. It's just called the Amusement Park theme, or maybe just Amusement Park. I don't remember exactly for sure, but if you the wrong button again. If you search it up on your own, I'm sure you'll be able to find it without too much trouble, and let me tell you, it is very worth a listening. Like I said, there's a lot of NPCs around here with really interesting dialogue that I'm going to be reading, so I unfortunately can't go quiet for long enough to let you hear it a lot, but like I said, it is very worth listening to on your own. Okay guys, please don't make a liar out of me. I know there's plenty of NPCs out here that have a lot of interesting stuff to say. Okay, here's Balloon Brother. Welcome! And Machine with a Dream. What is your dream? Oh, hello! I guess we don't actually get to know what Machine with a Dream's dream is. Here is a chest in an area that we can't get to right away. We'll be able to get there before too long, so don't you worry about that. Also, you'll see over here we can get through this side, and at first glance this might look like a side area, but this is actually the way we're going to want to go eventually. So I'm going to leave that for when we've finished looking around in this main area. Do you have anything to tell me? Balloon Brother, again, have fun! Alright, that is the intent. Alright, these guys are just going around dancing, throwing confetti. Oh, there's an item there. Gotta dodge past all these bothersome chairs. I apologize if you hear me coughing a little. I've had a bit of mucus caught in my throat. Let's talk to these guys. Mother Machine. Throw down your weapons. Surrender to love. Hey, hey. I don't know if you're yelling at us or singing or what. Machine Child. Or I guess we're talking to Father Machine first. Let's be happy together. Together, together. Machine Child. Now let's talk to Machine Child. Oh, what fun, what fun. That was oh what fun, oh what fun. I misread that. Excuse me. So another interesting thing about this game's soundtrack is that there are different versions of most of the tracks. So I believe what you're listening to right now is Theme Park Medium. The version I really like is what played back in that main hallway area, which is Theme Park Full Vocals? I'm sorry, not Theme Park, Amusement Park. Everything I just said, whenever I said Theme Park, replace it with Amusement Park. That's what I meant. And we've got a big gate here. As you can see, our waypoint is in that direction, but we can't go any further.
To open. Maybe there's another way around.
So, like 9S said, we do need to find another way around, and luckily, we've already found a gate that we can go through. So let's head on back to that. And here we are back in that little back alley thing that we saw before. We can head up here and see what's going on up here. I think there's an item or something if you go far enough this way. Let's sprint. Don't want to keep ourselves waiting to... Oh, there's a chest. Not bad. If we can get the chest, well, there goes 9S. Small recovery. Not great, but not terrible either. So I guess the NPCs here did kind of make a liar out of me. They're mostly just saying the same thing over and over again. But this guy does have something different to tell us. What is your name? Back entrance machine. You have business here? No? Okay. It's a little...
Where does this corridor lead?
It's a little unsettling. From the looks of things, I'd say the guests of the amusement park probably weren't supposed to come back here. But thankfully this amusement park is old and dilapidated and we can go just about anywhere. Except through those gates. Machine on a break. Oh, I thought that said on a brink for a second and that kind of freaked me out. Machine on a break. Break time! I guess you can't run around throwing confetti all the time. Might get tiring after a while. Anyway, let's continue on through here. And we've got some more machines running around throwing confetti. It doesn't seem like these guys want to talk to us, though.
We're getting
Nice camera
resistance signals
pan.
from that building over there.
There's a building just in front of the castle that we want to get to. Now that we have a nice view area to see it from.
We need a way through.
Let's look around for a route we can take.
Just a moment, guys. I want to talk to everybody first. Can I talk to you? You are... Okay. Are you supposed to be stuck, or are you just glitching out here? Well, you're walking around now, so I guess you're not supposed to be stuck like that. It's a bit of an interesting find there. I'm not helping you out this time, buddy. You can figure it out yourself. Can you go in here? You can go in here. I've never gone in here before. There's no purpose to going in here, but you can. So, like 2B and 9S told us, we do need a route through. And we can't get through this fence over here, even though I still maintain that they would absolutely be able to cut it down with their weapons. So what we're going to have to do is a little bit of platforming. Unfortunately, the platforming in this game isn't the greatest in the world, but it'll do. There's not too many platforming segments, so ultimately it's not that big of an issue how not perfect the platforming is. Now the thing is, in all the times I've come to this amusement park, I absolutely cannot figure out how you're supposed to get to that platform there. So, that chest will just have to sit there and taunt us, I guess. Anyway, here's where we're supposed to end the platforming segment, down on this little slope that'll lead us back down to the ground if you actually took the slope like I utterly failed to do. But, for now, we can come... Did I miss the access point? There's definitely an access point in this area, and I think I walked right past it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to climb back up here, do the... I said we're going to climb back up here, jump back into the little gated area, and find out where that access point is I missed. Because there definitely is one. Oh, yeah, I walked right on past it. Whoops. Here we go. Map information unlocked. And we can check that email that I got a little bit ago. Operator 6... Did I read Jupiter's Fortunes? It says I did, so I'll assume I did. Remember that message I sent you about Jupiter fortune telling? I had the girls at R&D do it for me, and I got the worst readings possible for health, work, and love. But that's when I realized something. That stuff is a bunch of occult crap. I mean, how are you supposed to figure out your destiny by observing another planet? Ridiculous. I'll forge my destiny all on my own. That's the truest desire of every Yorha woman anyway, right? Ha ha ha. Well, you say that. For somebody like 2B, it seems... Excuse me? See, this is what I meant about the platforming in this game not being the best. This game is really not built for platforming. Anyway, as I was saying, no, 2B seems a lot more focused on following orders than on seizing her destiny. But maybe she just thinks... See, 9S is having real trouble with the platforming. Maybe 2B just thinks following orders is her destiny. That's a bit small-minded of you, 2B, don't you think? Don't think small-minded was the right term, but I'm sticking with it. It's what I said. Clown machine. Dangerous beyond here. Broken. Junk. Danger. Danger is my middle name.
Let's play. Let's play. 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 Let's play. Let's sing. Let's sing. Let's play. Play. Play.
Can I even have a middle name if I don't even have a last name? Probably not. Anyway, let's see what's going on with this tank.
These machines are heavily armed. We'll regret it later if we let them escape. So let's take them out.
Alright, so despite what 9S just said, can I get hurt by this yet? Apparently not. So despite what 9S just said, whether or not you fight this tank actually has no effect on things later. But just to show it off, let's go. Do I want to fight it now? Yeah, let's fight it. Actually, no. First, thought I saw an item over here. Yes, there is an item that we can grab. So we've grabbed the item, and for now, we'll actually be coming back later, and we'll have an opportunity to fight this tank again, whether or not you fight it now. So if you see the all of the balloons it's launching, that's in place of the weird spherical bullets that these sorts of machines usually shoot. Whether or not you fight the tank now, you will have an opportunity to fight it later.
It's a good idea to leave that tank behind.
If they aren't hostile, fighting them is a waste of time.
And frankly, I think that fight is going to be a little bit quicker and easier, so I'll go ahead and leave the tank now and come back and fight it then. I actually don't think I've ever left the tank alone before at this point, so maybe I'm completely wrong and it actually is going to come back and kill us and I've just screwed myself over, but I'm going to trust that I'm correct in this one. After all,
analysis. It is a device that propels humans on rails at high speeds for the purposes of amusement. It was commonly referred to as a roller coaster.
Humans sure are strange creatures.
so we are riding on this roller coaster, sort of. We're kind of standing on the roller coaster.
Yes.
People who know me well usually call me Nines, so... So what do you think? I mean, if you want to call me Nines, it's totally okay.
I'm good.
Oh, alright.
Aw, poor 9S. Anyway, here's the part where we reenact the plot of Super Mario Sunshine. Ow. Including getting hit, I guess. And go ahead and take out these shooters, because it's nice and simple and easy. And it looks like 9S has got the axe robot taken care of. Or the axe machine, excuse me. So you just kind of fall off the roller coaster there, regardless of whether you've defeated all the enemies or not.
Resistance members detected beneath this room.
Looks like one of the Resistance members might be right here. Now that is not a good sign of things to come. Ooh, it's an auto heal though. Do we have enough room to equip that? Probably not, but might as well check. Look at all chips. Auto use item. Auto heal. I've only got 3 slots left, and that's a 7-slot chip, so I can't equip it right now, unfortunately. So we'll just have to return to the Resistance camp, get more space to activate to add plug-in chips, and get that later.
What the hell?
Our records don't say anything about a machine like this.
So here is a new Goliath that we have to deal with. As you can probably tell, most of our bullets are just bouncing off of it and not doing that much, so it's really best to sort of run up and fight it up close when we can and hopefully not get killed. Still have auto use item? Yes, I do. Thank goodness. Ow. That attack is kind of hard to dodge. Oof. I am not doing well. This boss is actually the first one that killed... Ow. This boss was the first one that killed me on my original playthrough, and from the looks of things, it might kill me now. I am not doing well in this fight. But anyway, this is another Goliath unit. Like I said, the bullets are kind of mostly bouncing harmlessly off of it. They're doing a little bit, but not anything, not enough that we'll be able to rely on it. I am getting destroyed by this boss. This boss almost kind of served as a poster child for the game. It is definitely the first boss of this game that I ever saw. That attack's tough to dodge too, especially when you're continuing to lock on and not looking sideways to make the attack easier to dodge, and not dodging attacks and dying. More missiles! I do not like the missiles. To be dodge for your life. So you'll notice that it did have, or that it does, not did, have some corpses sitting on it, laced around its waist area. Those are, unfortunately, some, at least. Oh! It's trying to hack us. So in this segment, it's a little shooter like we saw before. We have to destroy all these black boxes before we can destroy the sphere in the center. The sphere is ultimately what you need to destroy to end the segment.
If we take hacking damage, it'll affect our bodies as well. Tubi!
Beautiful, beautiful. I must be beautiful.
Those look like corpses.
Are we seriously being attacked with dead androids?
Wait, I don't think... 2B! I'm detecting black box signals. They are dead. They've been turned into weapons.
Alright, this ends now.
So, unfortunately, these are the missing Resistance members that we were sent to save. Looks like we were much, much too late to do anything to help them, unfortunately. I think the best that we can... Okay, so you have hacking segments like these that will have the spheres kind of run around and shoot at you. All of these shockwaves that you see, if you get hit by any of those, you'll... Or these sound wave looking things. Not really sound wave looking, but rings. If you get hit by the shockwaves or the rings, you'll have to enter a hacking segment like we just saw. But like I was saying, since we were too late to save these androids, it looks like the best we can do for them is put them out of their misery so they can't be used to hurt any other androids that might come here. But, you know, I guess sometimes in wars like this, you have to make the tough decisions like that.
I'm going to try to hack it back. Keep it busy.
You got it.
Even all those bodies that you see hanging off of this machine. I almost spoiled its name. All the bodies that you see hanging off of this machine are comrades that we ultimately failed to save.
Alert. Saturation attack triggered by enemy consciousness data. Failure to destroy it quickly may lead to serious damage in memory regions.
So despite what the pods say just there, there's not really a time limit, as far as I can tell, that you have to defeat this machine within. But it is a good idea to kill it before it can do too much damage to you. I might die here. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now. Don't expect me to make it through this whole battle alive. We've barely got it down below half health, and I am not doing too hot. Luckily, we have some time to just wail at it here. I didn't take quite as much advantage of that as I should have. Let's not get lasered. See if we can defeat these android weapons. It'll be easier to aim for the main one if we don't have to worry about all those shockwaves coming at us. Speaking of shockwaves, it really wants to hack us. Right now it seems to be fairly defenseless, but... oh, those don't bounce around a lot. I thought they did. Either way, it looks like it's summoned more. Ah, that's probably why I thought they bounced around, because there's more coming from these androids out here. I'm not doing it hot. I should really pause. Oh, wow! Okay. I really should pause and heal, but I kind of... ow. That's kind of just a break in the action, and you know, we gotta keep the high... ooh, it's going into its final form now. It's kind of creepy looking like that, honestly. I hope you can take a better look at it than I can, because right now I'm a lot more focused on beating back these weaponized androids than I am actually... oh! This is one of its hardest to dodge attacks. I died. Alright, looks like we have to keep going. Alright, like... Alright, so... depending on how things go this time around, I will have to start that fight all over from the beginning, so...
Are we seriously being attacked with dead androids?
Never mind. I started from about the halfway point.
I'm detecting black box signals. They are
Okay,
dead.
so then, unless I die a bunch more, I probably won't. Gotta remember to recover my equipment. Let's repair it. We can get our old plug-in chips back, and we can have this old version of us running around helping us fight the big bad. So since we're starting about halfway through the fight, instead of cutting it out, I might just keep it all in, because editing is hard and I'm lazy. In all seriousness, if you're wondering when I'm recording this in relation to the other episodes, I just uploaded episode 2 a couple days ago.
I've almost analyzed the enemy's hacking pattern. I'm going to try to hack it back. Keep it
I
busy.
have
You got it.
I have actually uploaded both 1 and 2 since the last episode I recorded. Like I said, I don't really get the chance to upload as much as I would like, or to record as much as I would like. I apologize. I am going I am going to try
Attack triggered by enemy
keep
consciousness
it
data.
uploading
Failure
weekly.
to destroy it quickly may lead to serious damage in memory regions.
I'm going to try to continue uploading this series weekly, but, you know, schedules can be a bit tough to work out sometimes. So, depending on how things go, I may have to take a hiatus here and there to just make sure I've got plenty of uploads ready to keep them coming. That, I sure hope you understood what I just said, because I know I worded that terribly. But for now, let's just see if we can take this guy out. Or this girl, you know. Not gonna make any judgments. Slight spoiler, this machine actually does identify as female, so we're gonna take her out. You may have been able to guess that already with how many references it made to being more beautiful, but like we said, this is a judgment-free zone. We won't. Men can be beautiful too. We won't judge. I just do happen to know this machine is female because it comes back and it is revealed there that the machine is female. Alright, looks like it's vulnerable at the moment, so can we stop targeting the wrong... Okay. I said it was vulnerable. It's not vulnerable. It is attacking like crazy. So I was right to want to take out these androids first. I have made many mistakes. Can I jump, please? What on earth was going on there? Okay, I am actually going to come in here and heal. I believe there is an easier way to get to your healing items, but right now I'm just doing what I know because this is kind of a very tense situation, and don't you screw me over like this, Lock On. Please. You say this is the kind of trouble you get in when the Lock On doesn't cooperate. Okay, yeah. I might die again. I might die again. Okay. As you can tell, this is not... I'm getting pretty into this. So, okay, I forgot about that. Okay. Okay. Calm down, Brainy. We can do this. This is not the most desperate situation I've ever been in. It is rather desperate, but it's... I really need to take out those androids. So I guess this is kind of why this boss served as a bit of a poster child for the game, because it's our first real difficulty spike that we've got to worry about. I need to heal again. Okay, that is not, in fact, an easier way to get to the healing items. Let's see if I can actually remember the controls to use the pod program, because that... Okay, there we go. Giant freaking lasers do in fact help sometimes.
Pod!
Affirmative.
Go!
Like right now. Good to know the game had the same idea I did.
Thanks for the assist.
Oh, you mean the hacking? No worries. Us scanners are pretty good at that kind of thing. I've got your back anytime.
We have to save those androids.
Let's take a look at one and see if there's anything we can do.
I'm sorry, 2B. Their circuits are fried. I think they were only being kept alive by that enemy.
Oh.
Well, the door's open. The machine is dead. I suppose there's only one thing left to do. We gotta loot some corpses. I think you can... At least a couple of them you can check for items, I think. Or maybe I'm completely wrong. Okay, well, ignore everything I just said. Let's continue on.
So,
What is it?
that machine had some pretty weird things to say, huh? It's almost like it had actual emotion.
The machines don't have feelings. You said that yourself.
Yeah, I guess.
So, the intent with this episode was actually to just start the amusement park in one episode and actually fight that boss in another episode. But since the amusement park didn't take nearly as long as I expected, I decided to just go ahead and fight the boss. So, I'm going to go ahead and play to the next save point and then stop. The next save point is not very far away, but we do have another bit of a twist there. So, you know, we're gonna go ahead and end this off on a cliffhanger. I apologize for this episode being maybe a bit longer than I intended for it to be. I say as if my other episodes weren't also painfully long. But we can head out of the amusement park now, but as you can see, there's a machine waving what looks to be a white flag in front of us. Hostiles.
Huh?
You defeated Broken Machine. You saved us.
This thing is awfully verbose for a machine.
We repay you. Come to our village.
Village, huh? This is definitely worth
Could be a
investigating.
trap. Still, we should at least head over there and gather data, right?
Right, so for now, we are just following this machine.
This way. Here.
We're about, as you might be able to guess, heading into a village. We're about
This way.
to meet a lot of new NPCs, and while we're here, let's go ahead and grab that chest that we couldn't get to earlier. This being us heading into a village means that we're about to meet a lot of new NPCs, and you know what NPCs mean in an RPG? Side quests. So, since we're about to get a lot of new opportunities for side quests, and since we're about... I know I did say a moment ago that this is a big twist, but honestly, after this, we're going to hit a bit of a slow point in the story, just a bit of a break before a new intense moment happens. And trust me,
This way. This way.
it's... I'll let this cutscene play before I finish that thought.
What's that?
Oh, right. You wouldn't have seen that before. They're sending supplies up from Earth to the moon and the bunker. There are no spare parts or fuel in space, after all.
Huh.
That's true. Anyway, as I was saying, trust me, it's not going to be long before we get a bit of change of environment. I
So why
won't
don't
say
the
anything.
machines, or the aliens who created them, attack the bunker directly? They originally came here from outer space, right?
Well, there are a few theories about that, but no one knows for sure. Hard to tell what an alien is thinking, you know?
Pretty soon, there's going to be some more big things happening in the story that we're going to want to go ahead and check out as soon as possible. So I think next episode, we're just going to spend it going around the world taking care of some side quests before we get to that really big story stuff.
They all have white flags.
Looks like they really don't want to fight.
So here we have the machine village, and as you can see, the quest marker is pointing towards this machine life form. But before we take care of that, if you would let me by, please, how rude. There is an access point right here. We can unlock some map information, and we can go ahead and save the game. So, like I said, next time we will be checking out the machine village, meeting some of the folks here, and going around the world seeing how we can help people out. I will see you then.